So Dave, when we did talk about that upper section that they finished the other day,
Yes.
How they laid it out. So here we kind of show a typical mechanically attached installation. So here we kind of show how they run their field sheets and, ran 100 foot, started a new sheet, ran it into the wall, dyed it, did their base attachment, and then brought their flashing down, up the wall, down on the flat, covered the screws and plates. Here's kind of how when they did the Rhino Bond method, how they laid that upper section up. They took their first sheet and they ran it out from the wall, ran it up the wall, out and over, and then started their field sheets. And they ran them all 100 feet long.
Right.
And then overlapped them probably 6 inches, and then started their next 100-foot run.
Correct.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
it works.
Yeah. That's the way it was done years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there's the advantage of Rhino Bond, the way you can run this.
Right.
Just make things go a lot smoother, and you're saving a lot of labor, a lot of time.
Well, and two, the way they kind of modified it, because they ran it up the wall on the long section.
Both sides they did.
Both sides, long dimension. And then on this side, they ran it up the wall and did all the patching.
Right. So and at the end of the wall, every 12 feet, they ran it up to the wall, but then you had to contend with all those starts and stop welds and angle change welds every 12 feet.
Right. And the more of that you have, the more of a chance you have of having a punch list.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to do is you want to eliminate punch lists.
So another option they could have done, I think we talked about it, was to turn one on the end wall like they did on the side walls, if you will, and run it 100 feet long. And now you eliminate all those 12-foot seams going up the wall. You have one every 100 feet to worry about.
Correct.
And then what we talked about was taking your 100-footers, run them out 100 feet, and do a belly band across that. And that accomplishes two things. You have a nice straight line. You don't have to worry about chalking a line and cutting the membrane. You use that factory edge. And then also, at the end of the day, you've got a good night seal.
Absolutely. And that's,
if need be.
Well, yeah. And that's always huge.
Yeah. And then the next day, you just flop that back and continue on your next 100-footers. And a building that's long, that'd be the one. To me, that's how I would set it up.
Oh, without a doubt.
And another way, again, there's all kinds of ways to run this. Rather than go with the peak, if you will, you could actually strap them, run them out and across. So that building was 150 foot wide from edge to edge, roughly.
Ish.
So you could run a 12-footer on this wall, 12-footer on this wall. Now you're 130, 120 feet, roughly. So this is where custom length rolls would come into play. So now you eliminate any butt end seams. You can run 120 feet and still encapsulate that whole thing, bring your end pieces down over top. You eliminate all those butt ends.
Well, and the nice thing too, it's only 150 feet.
Right.
So you can walk the whole thing.
And then running it, strapping it, that gives you an advantage. Any other way, if you run with the peak, you got to get to a certain point where, okay, this is where we got to stop, guys. We got to seal this off. If you strap it, you may think, okay, man, I got weather moving in a couple hours. Maybe I can get another row in. Maybe I can get 2 more rows in.
Absolutely.
You can sneak up at the end, and you've got an automatic night seal there every day.
Yes.
So that's another.
Well, that's one of the advantages of Rhino Bond.
Yeah.